Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with our subject algebra and fourth chapter ratio and proportion. We are going to continue with our practice set 4.5 and we are going to do question number 3, 4 and 6. These sums are also based on the concept that is continued proportion, which we have learnt yesterday. So student, I'll start with my question. So what is given? Three numbers are in continued proportion, whose mean proportion is 12 and the sum of remaining two numbers is 26. Find these numbers. So we need to find three numbers which are in continued proportion, and it is given that whose mean proportion is 12, means three numbers, among that one number that is 12, that is mean proportion is 12, and the sum of other two is given as 26. So students, let us take, let A, B, C be the three numbers in continued proportion. So according to the question, mean proportion is 12, means my B, our B is 12. So the value of B is 12. The B, then B equal to 12. And what is given? Sum of remaining two number is 26. So sum of remaining two means A plus C. That is A plus C is equal to 26. Okay. Now, as we have said that A, B, C are in continued proportion. So, student, you know that B square equal to AC or AC equal to B square when they are in continued proportion. So, we'll use that. Okay, before that, we can also solve this. That is A plus C equal to 26. So, I'll bring my C term to this side or A term to other side, and we can get one of the value among this. So, therefore, C equal to 26 minus A. So I brought A over here. So it became 26 minus A. Value of the C. Okay. Now next step, you'll write down that is therefore AC equal to B square. So as you know, that is as we have taken A, B, C are in continued proportion. So this is applicable. That is AC equal to B square. Now student, you know B is mean proportion. Its value is 12. So we'll substitute here the value of B. Therefore, AC equal to 12 the whole square. Okay. Now student, here in place of C also, we can write C equal to 26 minus A. So I will write A into 26 minus, wait, A into 26 minus A. In place, I have substituted the value for C, that is 26 minus A. So equal to 12 square is 144. Now student, I'll multiply and remove the bracket. So A into 26, 26A minus A into A, that is minus A square. So I'll get 26A minus A square equal to 144. Now student, let's bring all the terms to one side. So I'll bring to my right hand side. So what I'll get? A square minus 26A plus 144 equal to 0. See. Therefore, A square minus 26A plus 144 equal to 0. Now can you see student, this is a quadratic equation which you have learnt in your 8th standard. Yeah. So now we'll solve quadratic equation. So you have solved in 8th standard, you have learned how to solve quadratic equation by splitting the middle term. So we'll do here factorization method. So we'll split our middle term, that is minus 26A. Are you getting me? So product of first term and last term will take. So it is 144 into A square. So I'll split 144A square in such a way that it satisfies two numbers which I get will satisfy my middle term. So 12, you know, 144 means 12 into 12. But if you add, then you will not get 26, you get 24. So this we cannot take 12 into 12. I'll be taking 18 into 8. 18 8s are also 144. So we'll take 18 into 8. Now you'll write down therefore A square. Now it is minus 26A. I said we'll take 18A and 8A. But student, if as it is as the middle term has minus sign, so we need to put both the numbers with minus. So they will add and get minus 26A. So I'll write down in place of 26a minus 26a, I'll write down a square minus 18a minus 8a plus 144 equal to 0. So now you know we have to take two terms and group two terms and take the common out. So from first two terms, what you get common, students? A is common. So we'll write therefore A in bracket will place the remaining terms. That is here from first term A is remaining minus, and from second 18. So we'll get in bracket A minus 18. Now from second you can see no variable is not common. So you can take 8. So minus 8 I took common, and what remains in the bracket? A from this term. So A. Now here is plus sign, but I need this na plus. So here already outside the bracket is minus. So minus into minus, then only I'll get plus. So in bracket you have to put minus sign. And 8 into 18 is equal to 144. So in bracket will come 18. Now you can see we got one bracket common, that is A minus 18. So we'll take only one bracket. Next step, therefore A minus 18 common will take one, and the numbers or this one which are the values outside the bracket will group them. Therefore you will get A minus 8 equal to 0. Okay, that means A minus 18 is equal to 0 or A minus 8 is equal to 0. So we'll get the value of A from this. So A equal to 18 or A equal to 8. Okay, now we have two values for 18. Sorry, we have two values for A. So now we'll get the value for the C. If I put A is equal to 18, then the value of C is equal to 26 minus 8 equal to 8. And if I take value of A as 8, then the value for the C will be 18. Will minus, that is 26 minus 8 will become 18. So the required numbers to be in continued proportion are, that is 8, 12, 18 or 18, 12, 8. So these are the required numbers so that it will be in continued proportion. Is it clear? Now moving to our next sum. So what is given in question number 4, student? If in bracket A plus B plus C, close the bracket, into in another bracket what is given, A minus B plus C, close bracket, equal to A square plus B square plus C square, show that A, B, C are in continued proportion. Means we have to prove this, and we have to prove and bring that whatever resultant, means we have to prove that B square is equal to AC, then only we can say they are in continued proportion. So let's solve, let's prove. So what is given? Let's take that part first. Solution: A plus B plus C into A minus B plus C equal to A square plus B square plus C square. It is given. Now student, in left hand side you can see two terms are there with, that is two, it is binomial terms, but inside three terms are there. So I'll split one of the bracket and I'll multiply and solve it. So I'll write down therefore A into A minus B plus C, now plus B into A minus B plus C plus C into A minus B plus C equal to A square plus B square plus C square. Now student, I'll multiply the terms. So what I get? A square, A into B, that is minus AB. Your minus sign is there, so minus AB. Then plus into A into C, you'll get plus AC. Plus into A into B, AB. Then plus into minus, minus it will become B into B, B square. Then plus B into C, BC. Then plus A into C, AC. Minus plus minus it will come. So B into C, BC. Then plus into plus plus and C into C, C square equal to what is there in right hand side, right as it is, A square plus B square plus C square. Now student, can you see here the terms get cancelled? You can see minus AB and plus AB is there. So this will get cancelled. So let's do cancellation. So I'll cancel minus AB and plus AB will cancel. What else? AC plus AC, no, it will not get cancelled. Minus B square, not there in left hand side. BC minus BC, yes, it will get cancelled. Plus BC and minus BC will get cancelled. Okay, now what else get cancelled, students? See, in left hand side a square is there, in right hand side also a square is there. So this terms will also get cancelled. So we'll cancel both. What else? You'll find minus b square plus b square over here. So it will not get cancelled. Now c square and c square both same sign, it will also get cancelled. So we'll cancel this. Okay, now what remains, student? That is from left hand side plus AC plus AC. So it will become 2AC and b square is there minus b square. So we'll write next step. What is remaining we'll write down. That is minus b square plus 2AC equal to from right hand side only b square. Is it clear? Now student, I'll take this b square to my other side. So it will become 2b square. So you'll get next step, that is therefore 2AC equal to 2b square. Now student, you can see 2 are also common. It will also get cancelled. So let's cancel 2 and 2 also. So what you get next step, student? Therefore b square is equal to AC. Now b square is equal to AC. When we get b square is equal to AC, so it means that A, B, C are in continued proportion. Therefore, final statement you'll write down. Therefore, A, B, C are in continued proportion. Okay. Now moving to the next sum. Last one. Fifth one we have omitted. So what is given? Find mean proportion of x plus y upon x minus y, comma, x square minus y square upon x square y square. So we have to find mean proportion, means the middle term is missing. So we have to find that term. As you know, we have learned the formula, that is b square is equal to AC. So we'll use that and solve. But let's give a variable for the mean proportion. So let m be the mean proportion of x plus y upon x minus y and x square minus y square upon x square y square. So you know m square equal to, therefore it will become m square equal to x plus y upon x minus y into x square minus y square upon x square y square. Now students, here we can use the identity, that is a square minus b square identity. What is a square minus b square identity? A plus b into a minus b. So let's solve, we'll use that. So that is equal to x plus y as it is, you'll write down, upon x minus y into, now here we have used the identity, so it is a square minus b square identity, that is we have used here, that is a plus b into a minus b. So it will become x plus y into x minus y upon x square y square as it is we have to write. Now student, you can see the terms get cancelled. This x minus y cancels from here and from numerator and denominator. So what we'll get in the numerator over here? X plus y into x plus y upon x square y square. So next step we'll write down, that is x plus y into x plus y upon x square y square. But now student, when you write x plus y into x plus y, I can write in this form, that is x plus y the whole square. Two terms are there, multiplication. So I can write out x plus y the whole square upon x square y square. Now this numerator and denominator are with the square terms. So we can take the square out. So next step we'll do that. That is taking square root out. So what will get? X plus y, it will cancel, the squares will cancel. So x plus y will remain, and upon, from this this will become x square y square, will also square will cancel, so it will become x y. So this is the mean proportion of x plus y upon x minus y and x square minus y square upon x square y square. So you got mean proportion is x plus y upon x y, x into y. So final answer you'll write down, students, that is mean proportion of x plus y upon x minus y and x square minus y square upon x square into y square is x plus y upon x into y. So I hope you have understood the sums. So students, thank you. Please do complete your books.